Okay, guys, so this is our second essay, and this is the last one that we're going to have to do a video like this because for the next one, I'll actually be back at school for the Progressive Era. So you guys have been learning about the Gilded Age, about urbanization, industrialization, and immigration, how all those kind of came together during this time. So the question that you're asked about is specific towards labor unions, and that dealt with the urbanization of the time, about how these workers were working super hard, but all it was doing was just making these rich business owners richer, and all these poor laborers were just getting poorer. So that's where you get the big people like Andrew Carnegie and Rockefeller and JP Morgan. They're making tons of money off of these poor guys. And so they're going to decide we need to start standing up for ourselves. And that's when labor unions first came about. And some of you may actually have parents who belong to a union. I know my dad, when he worked for UPS, he was part of the Teamsters union. And so they're supposed to stick up for the workers. And that's where all this comes from. So your question for this essay is about the labor unions. And Miss Barrett will give you the exact question. But just kind of paraphrasing it, it says, were labor unions successful in achieving their goals during the Gilded Age? So that's what we're going to do on this. I'm going to have to do a couple of smaller videos again because my phone is junk and I only have a little bit of storage. I need to just go get another one, a bigger one. And I've got a baby that is right over here. He decided not to go to sleep. Say, hey, Boone, can you say hi to everybody? So if you hear him talking in the middle of it, hopefully he'll stay kind of good during this. Okay, so back to the essay. So the first thing you always want to do, remember we said the first step is always to write down all the historical facts that pertain to your question. Okay, so there's going to be an easy way to remember this essay. If you can think of, there's going to be 3 threes. So we're going to have 3 different categories, and there are 3 items in each category. So if you can just remember those 3, you're probably going to be set in this essay. Okay, so the question asked, were labor unions successful in achieving their goals? Okay, so there are 3 goals that they're going to want. They're going to want better wages, better hours, and better working conditions. Those are the 3 things that they're trying to achieve during this time. So some things that you can add on to that: better wages. They were making like $3.50 each day, and that was in like 2011 standards. So making bare minimum wages. They're working long hours, like 12 plus hours in a day. I mean, you guys go to school for how many hours? Is it 7 or 8? And I know that probably feels torturous to some of you. Imagine if you were there for 12 hours or sometimes even more than that. And they're working 6 days a week. Some people are working 7 days a week. They're not even getting off on Sundays. And then they also want better working conditions. They're working beside a machinery that's causing them to lose their hearing. They're losing limbs. If you read The Jungle, which that's a big book for this time, Upton Sinclair's book,